Alrighty, hey everybody, welcome to another episode, actually episode number 3 of Youzability Live. I'm your host Tracy Wilson, and let me just adjust this camera just slightly because I'm a little bit out of whack. That's a little bit better. All right, hopefully you guys are you're excited about today, because I'm sure that some of you are already using Youzability and you're doing some amazing stuff with it. But today I'm going to be sharing with you the brand new, it's pretty much been out for about 3 weeks now, the new email marketing and automation system built directly inside of Youzability. So what has that enabled us to do? It's kind of like a one-stop shop now. So if you are somebody who's wanting to build your website, your funnels, a calendar, have all of your emails in one place, plus, do all sorts of different things, which I'm about to show you through this entire series, you are in for a treat, because you're able to do all of that with just one tool, being Youzability. And the great thing is that since we've added the email marketing side of things to all of our plans, you don't have to pay any more for it. So you actually get the ability to be able to use the email marketing inside of Youzability for free on the plan that you are already on. So they have certain different, different amounts of ability, or numbers of emails, etc., that you can send. And you can go to youzability.com and you can have a look at the pricing, and you can see what your availability is. But in the main, it's probably going to cover 99% of you guys. Unless you've got massive lists, you'll be able to do all of your email marketing inside of Youzability, just as it is. So I want to say hey, and a big shout out to some of our people that are out there right now. I can see some of you guys are here with me live, so I want to make sure that I say hello to you guys. Let me just pop this up, because I can see who've I got here. Hey Michael, great to see you here, buddy. Good to see you. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it is that you've built with your Youzability account. And I hope that last week's session helped you out a little bit in terms of being able to understand kind of composition mapping, is what I called it last week. So hey Aroha, I can see you're here too, so great to have you here. I think this is going to be really, really useful for you today. I think you will really find today's session helpful in helping you navigate your way around the email marketing system. So that being said, how about we just jump in? Are you guys excited? Let me know in the chat where you're coming at me from, like what town are you in, what country are you in, and are you excited about the email and automation system that I'm about to share with you today? Let me know in the chat. Talk to me, people. All right, so let's do this. So I'm going to attempt firstly to just move us from there to a different screen on the other computer here, so that I've got plenty of space to be able to share my screen with you. And I'm actually still able to see you as I do it. So let me do this really quickly. Get you guys over here. Pop that there, do that. And with a bit of luck, that'll show me our screen right here, and I'll be able to pull up my Youzability account. So as I'm doing this, guys, I am going to lose you for a little bit, so just keep speaking to me in the chat, because I will come back to it on a regular basis and just answer any questions that you guys have got. But my intention for today is just to give you an overview, to show you around, give you all the things that you need to do to set yourself up correctly, so that when it comes time for you to send your emails, and also to set up all of your automations, and you want to send them live, that you're not going to have any errors come up. So that's my intention for today. So bear with me as I share all of this with you. So let me share my screen. It's going to go a little bit crazy for a moment. Here we go. Do this actually. Let me just do that. That's better. Alrighty, so what you guys should be able to see right now is I'm just in a demo site that I created specifically to be able to teach you guys this stuff. So when you get into your Youzability account, as you know, you'll be brought into the builder is the first place that you go to. And up along the top in your toolbar at the top of your screen, you'll see builder, store, contacts, appointments, and then you'll see our trusty old emails and automations sitting up there too. So you would have noticed that come up probably in about the last 3 weeks to a month, and I'm going to show you through this right now. So all you've got to do, this is what I'm going to show you too, is that is the process of setting it all up, but there are a few things that you need to know before you even get to this point. The first thing you really want to think about is your, what I call the configurations of it all. So through Youzability and any email marketing system or any kind of online website or funnel building type system, in particular Youzability, this works on the basis of tags, groups, lists, and segments. And what I would recommend you do is just have a think about how you're wanting to communicate with customers. I'll do a whole session on that, and maybe it's next week, where I actually talk about the configuration side of things and how you actually set it up and what the best way of setting up the configuration, so that when it comes time to send out emails and automations, you've actually got all the right process set up in the first instance. So I'll address that next week. Like I said, today is literally just about showing you through the email system, what's available, and how you set it up. So how you access it is you come on up here to your top toolbar and you go to emails and automations. Click on emails and automations. Then down the left hand side of your screen, you've now got your this column here, which has got some other tools in it. So you've got the dashboard, campaigns, automations, lists and subscribers, email templates, and settings. And I'm going to take you through all of these today. So right now, currently, we are on the dashboard. So when you first come into your emails and automations, you'll see your dashboard. And the intention of the dashboard is to give you like some fast paths, but also to give you some statistical data. So on the right-hand side here, this is where it's going to tell you how many subscribers you have, how many subscribers you got in the last 30 days, and the total emails that you sent. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, depending on what plan you have inside of Youzability, you're already given a certain a number of sends and email subscribers that you can have for free within the current plan that you have. And if you need to increase those, you just simply click the yellow button and you can choose to increase the amount, that increase your email marketing plan in alignment with the number of subscribers and sends that you need for your business at that time, which I think is really cool. Okay, so you'll see on here also, we've got statistics, as I mentioned, on the right-hand side. You're also going to see this one here right at the top, which is just creating an email blast or a campaign. Then we've got these hot buttons, which are to add subscribers, create a subscriber list, and then to create an automation flow. So they're just to make it really simple and easy for you to see them at a glance. So where I'm going to go now, the next place I'm going to go is actually to a list. Well, actually, no, I'm going to take you to settings. Settings is the first place you want to go to. And why do we want to do that? Is because we actually need to set up a verified domain. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to head on down here to settings. And it actually does say this on the dashboard here. You'll see that, where is it? If I go back here, because I've already set it up, it's disappeared, but there'll be a button here that says verify your domain. So you want to come here to settings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here and I'm just going to verify a domain. So you will use the same domain as you are using for your Youzability account. So for example, if I had which I do have, a tracymwilson.com site that is built on Youzability, and let's just use that as an example for today, I would use the domain. So the domain I would enter here for sending would be tracymwilson.com. Okay, and I would just click submit. What that then is going to do is it's going to bring me up this little pop-up, and it's now giving me some instructions of what I need to do to add some TXT records and a CNAME record to my DNS records with my host provider. So for example, I have, you may have your host purchase through GoDaddy or Bluehost or Crazy Domains or wherever it may be. You need to just copy these values and then go to your host provider and create a TXT record and a CNAME record with these values. So just follow the instructions and be very careful to follow them correctly. Otherwise, your domain will not be, it won't be verified correctly. So just make sure you do that, follow those verification records. Once you've done that, this here, your domain verification, will change from pending to verified. Once it's verified, you can then come on over here to the right-hand side and you can enter in your default information. So for example, in the default sender information, I could just put Tracy Wilson in here. And then in my default system email, I might put support at tracymwilson.com, okay, or just tracymwilson.com. Now, because my domain's not verified, it's giving me an error here, but you won't get that. Once this turns verified, you'll be able to pop in your the default email that is going to be used for your system emails. So it might just be help at, support at, sales at, whatever the case may be for your business. And then the default email will be used in campaigns and automation. So for example, I might want to use Tracy at tracymwilson.com. And again, it's giving me an error simply because I haven't verified this at this point. But once it's verified, like I said, enter in your details and then click save. Once that's done, your email marketing system connections or the integrations will have been be ready to go. It might take an hour or two for the propagation to happen between your domain and Youzability. So just wait a little bit and don't panic. So you want to make sure you do this ahead of time before you're like, oh my God, I want to send an email today. Make sure you do it today before you send the email tomorrow, so to speak. So you've got a lot of, you've prepared yourself and you've got plenty of time for the verification to happen. Okay, so now let's imagine that that's all done. The next thing you can do is you can come up here to campaigns. Now, what is a campaign? A campaign would be used if you are wanting to send out a one-time email campaign. We call these a blast email. So it's just going to go out to your subscribers right away. You want to send it today, or you might want to send it, you want to schedule it so that it gets sent out tomorrow. You can do that too. And in the system, it will track your opens, your clicks, and your conversions. And you can actually set up an A/B testing using the subject line to test which one of your subject lines actually gets the highest conversion rate. So to create a campaign, it's really simple. You just then click on Start a Campaign. And I'll just type in the name of my campaign, which might be I'm just going to call it Test for today. And we'll go Next. And then you can see that we've got two different types of campaigns. We've got a regular old campaign, or we've got an A/B split test campaign. So you can split test your campaign to your subscribers. In today's demonstration, I'm just going to show you a regular old campaign. So I'm just going to choose regular campaign and then click on Next. Now, this is another cool thing that you've got, is there are already some email templates ready for you to customize, ready for you just to basically pick up. So if you want something that's got imagery in it, you'll see some cool stuff here that's got imagery in it. If you scroll to the bottom, you've got some that's just a stock standard HTML kind of looking email, or just a standard one with some blocks and then some text in it. So entirely up to you what you want to choose. And if you don't want to use any of those, can you create one from scratch? You absolutely can. And the other thing you need to know is that you can actually, once you've created a template, you can save it as a template. So for example, if I just chose this one here, I'm just going to grab this for today. This is now opening up that template inside of the email system. Now, all I need to do with this is start customizing it. So I could come up here, add in my logo. You guys now know how to add the logos in here. You just click on the black space, click on plus, add in an image. I could just go and upload a file. I'm just going to choose here. We'll just choose this email marketing image for today. And once it's uploaded, I simply make sure I check the box, choose it, let it do its thing and upload, and then I can select it. And now that image is sitting in there as if it were a logo. So just pretend it's your logo. I'm just showing you how to create that. If you didn't want this toolbar at the top here, all you've got to do is just delete it. All right, and if you don't want the date on there either, again, just like everything else, you just delete it. Now, let's say I wanted to add my image in here instead of up the top where I added it. Simply click on it, go to my images, click here, and now I could start sending this out. So I could say, hey, and if I wanted to put your name in here, so let's say I say, hey, Aroha. I want to say, hey, Aroha. So what I can do is I can click on, not that button, I can go here. I can click on this one here, which is add tags, and then I can go and find a CRM property, their name, And now when that email gets sent out and it goes to Aroha or to Michael, it will say, hey Aroha, or hey Michael, or hey Tracy. So you can actually program it to do that. It'll pick up the name on the subscriber as they entered your CRM in your database. Okay, and down the bottom here, you can just start, customizing this. You just simply click in the box, make your changes, and off you go. And again, just like I did at the top, if I didn't want these on there, I just delete them off. And if I wanted to add another block on, I just come on over here to my blocks, and there's a whole lot of different styles of block that I could add. So let's say I wanted to add in a video. I could add in a video into the email, add in my add in an image, and then also select the link that the video would take them to. So if it's Vimeo or YouTube or wherever, it will open that in Vimeo and YouTube and allow your email subscriber to watch that video. And then you can, there's all sorts of different things. So I come over here to blocks. I can add in, logos, footers, buy my product, for example. If you had a special on, I don't know, say swimwear, because you had a swimwear brand, you could add in, you can add all of those in, and then obviously you can send those buttons to wherever you like. You can send them to your store if you wanted to. So I'm just going to add in, in the button, you can program your button so that it goes to a certain page. So once you've set up your whole email and you're happy with that, next thing you've got to do is you click next, which is then going to go from design to recipients. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to go back to here and just check if you guys have got any questions. All right, so just don't forget, as you're watching, just shoot me some messages into the comments, and I'll be sure to just periodically just go back and just check your guys' comments so that I can answer any questions that you have in relation to this. Okay, so then this is where I would select the list that it's going to. So who do I want to send this email to? So in this case, because I don't have any lists set up as yet, I'm just going to send this to my default list. All right, then I can click next, and then I can create my subject line. So I don't know, I'm just going to put in here, check this out. And I could add in a property if I wanted to. So check this out, Aroha, check this out, Michael. And then I pop in who is it from. So I put in my name and my email. Just gonna pop that in for now. And then who we want it to reply to. And then we can do we can send a test email. So the first thing I would always do is just send yourself a test email. So click this button here, and then just pop in your email address, and then click submit. And that's not going to work because that's not a verified domain from me. But anyhow, you'll see once you've verified everything and it's correct and you're sending it to the correct email, then you'll be able to send a test email to yourself. Have a look at that email, what it looks like when you've received it through your, whatever email system you use. And if you're happy with it, you can carry on. And if you want to edit it, if something's not quite right, you can just click back here into edit email, and off you go, make the changes, and then click next again. Okay, once you've done all of that and you're happy with your email and you get to summary and you've entered all of those details in, the next page will be, I need to fill in all these forms, but the next page will be to send. So let me just do that real quick so you can see. And it may not let me go any further because I haven't got all the right information in here. It won't. But when you get to the next page, it's going to allow you to actually send the email or to schedule it. So you can choose a date and a time that you would like to schedule it. So that handles a one-off campaign. Now let's say once I've done that, I'm just going to save and exit. You've also got these little, you've got the little cog on the right hand side here. So let's say you set up that email and you really liked it and you wanted to clone it. All you've got to do is come on over here, clone that email, and off you go. You can start again. So if I cloned it, yes, I want to clone that. Now I can now come in and start editing it. All right, so I can come in here, change the name, and start editing this email and get it ready to go. The other thing you can do is you can click on the little eye up the top, this little 3 dots here, more, and you could save that as a template. So if you liked what you'd created, you can save it as a template so you've always got it to be able to use. Or if you didn't like this, I can simply click here, discard this design, and go and find another template, and off I go again. Okay, so that handles the campaign side of things. The next thing that we've got in the toolbox over here is automations. So what is an automation? Well, an automation allows you to create a flow. So you want to think about this as in terms of if I had a subscriber come into my world, into my database, and when they joined XYZ list, I want to start sending them a series of emails. It might be, and these would be emails that you have set up, you're setting them up once, and you want everybody to go through the same process. And they're not normally date sensitive. So for example, you wanted somebody to say someone joined your they opted into a lead magnet that was going to lead them to a online membership program that you had. You could set up a nurture campaign through the creation of an automation flow inside of Youzability so that you could send them a series of emails to continue to build the relationship and nurture them so that over time they would want to purchase your product and or service that you have available. So to create an automation, real simple. Again, you just click the yellow button. I'm just going to call this demo and click on submit. And I'll just show you around in here. So you can click and edit the automation trigger. So I could click here and add a new trigger. So you can see all the different triggers that are available, and there's some new stuff that is actually coming real soon. So if somebody is added to a list, if you were using this, for example, someone's added to a particular list, now send them this. So that would be the automation that we would be creating if we used a added to a list. All right, so I would then select my list. In this case, I've only got one list in here, which is the default, and I would confirm. Okay, so now I've said I want this automation to start when somebody joins my default list. And then after they've joined the default list, I want them to add let's say we want to add a tag, and I want to add a tag of email nurture. You can call it whatever you like. Just giving you an example here. All right, so I might call it email nurture. Okay, so I then want a tag to be added to them as an email nurture. And I then want to create, then I can click here and I can create my automation action. So do I want it to be delayed? Do I want an if or an else? I can split test and I can target certain things coming soon. Do I want to send them an email? So in this case, with the way that I've set this up now, I could say, nice to have you here. Check this out. And I could put my name in and my email. I can start building out this email. Again, I go and find a template. So let's just grab that one. Let's pretend that's all correct. And then I just go save. Okay, so now that has created an email. So what I've now done is I've created a flow, or started to create an automation flow that says when somebody joins this default list, I want you to tag them with email nurture. Then I want you to send them an email. When I mean you, I'm meaning the system. I want the system to send them this email. And then I could add another flow, right? So I could then say, and then after, so delay with a specific amount of time. Okay, so then after 3 days, I might say 3 days, then send them another email, which has something else in it. All right, so let's just do this. Like so. Choose my template, edit my email, get that ready to go. And this could be, if you had a t-shirt business, for example, after a certain number of days, you could send out and say, hey, here's a 30% discount, or whatever your discount code is, or here's something special for you, or here's another piece of material another piece of content that you might be interested in, so on and so forth. So you can really customize these to any which way you want. So now this automation is join my default list, tag them with email nurture, Now send them the first email, and then after 3 days, send them another email, and you can just keep going until such time as you've finished that entire sequence. And then you can, obviously the flow ends. The other thing that you can do is you can do this thing called set a goal. So what does that do? So I can set in a new goal. Okay, so my new goal might be that a property is, or that a tag is added. All right, so let's say I add a new tag, and the new tag might now be customer. So let's say they brought something. So it might be, so customer. I'll just call it customer. And I'll just say PP for, one of my programs, for example. Okay, so now I'm going to tag them with PP, which is meaning that I've now created a goal, which says once somebody is tagged with customer PP, then they no longer need to be sent any further emails in the sequence, because the goal that I set out to create, or the goal that I created when I was setting up this workflow, or this automation flow, has already been reached. And so the beauty of that is you're not then annoying your customers with further buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, when they've actually already bought the product that you intended them to buy. So it's really cool that you're able to use the set goal and then work your way through creating some really customized automations. And then of course you've got your analytics and the goals that are set in here. So you can come in and you can have a look at all of the automation flows, and you can get all of your data based on the automation that you've set. And then across here, you've got your on and off buttons. So once you've saved, you can actually choose to leave that automation off if you haven't quite finished it yet, or then switch it on. I'm just going to leave it off for this purpose. Okay, now that we've done that, the next thing on our list is we've got lists and subscribers. So again, this depends very much on your own individual business and how you set this up. I'll talk a little bit more about this next week in episode number 4. But lists and segments and your subscribers. So inside of subscribers, all subscribers, it will have everybody that has opted into anything in your database. So if you've got multiple lead magnets, for example, or multiple ways that somebody could join your database, they'll all be sitting in here. Then you've got lists. Now lists, in my business, the easiest way to do this is just to have 2 very simple lists and then handle everything else via segments. So I just simply have, if I wanted to create a list, I'd create, say, master or main. So the master list, everybody's goes onto that master list. And then I create another one. It might just be customers. All right, so everybody's on the master list, and then I just have a list of customers, so only those people that have brought. So you can make as many lists as you like, and as you are building out your campaigns and your automations, you can have them sent to specific lists or to specific segments within a list. Okay, so that's your lists taken care of. Then we go to segments, and you can start creating segments within, in fact, you can even create the segments within the list. So I could go to master, and then I could start adding filters to filter out my list and then save that as a segment. That way I'm able to really start to segment out different people into different segments of my list, so that I can get very, very targeted with my campaigns and my automations. So that's how I'd recommend you do it. And then of course you've got your unsubscribes. A couple of things I would recommend you guys do before you get into the emails and automations. Come on down here, you'll see it on your usability, inside of your usability dashboard. There's a little question mark, which has got a whole lot of help, all of your help library inside of here. And I would just start putting in email marketing. And I would recommend that you do some of the training in relation to email marketing, so that you understand how it all works, and you can make sure that you keep your email marketing list nice and clean, and you don't have any breaches, and your email marketing system doesn't get shut down, because that can happen if you're not compliant. So just make sure that you go over here, you have a look at email marketing, and you do some of the training that's sitting inside of there. Okay, and the last thing that we've got on the list, which you guys have already seen, is all of the system templates. So you've got all of the system templates, and then also if you wanted to create your own, you can come on over here, my templates, create your own template, save it as a template, and they'll all be sitting in here as a saved template so that you're not having to recreate the wheel every single time. If you get your brand, your look and your feel right with one template, and that's a template you want to continuously use, then you can set it up and just use that template over and over and over again. All right, so that is the walkthrough of what's available inside of the emails and your automations. Unlike some other platforms out there, you actually have to have a third-party plugin so that you can start sending your emails to your subscribers. With Youzability, you don't. It's all built in. And like I said, you've got the ability to be able to do funnels, websites, even quizzes and surveys right now. You've got a full e-commerce store, you've got the CRM, you've got the appointment setting ability, and you've also now got emails and automations. So I hope you guys have found this session today useful. I'm hoping that I'm just going to have a look and see if there are any other questions. All right, let's see here. So Aroha is saying, I love the targeted segments. Yeah, it does makes life a whole lot easier. I assume, let me look here. I'd assume that it's a genetic field, but linked to the CRM. Oh, can you just? I'm not 100% sure where you asked that question in the conversation today, Michael. Can you just maybe type to me and just give me a little bit more clarification on which part you were meaning? I assume that's a generic field but linked to the CRM, and I'll answer that question for you. What's the total amount of automations that you can process? I mean, you can, so if you're asking what is the number of automations you can have in like one automation flow, you can keep going and going and going. Just add as many as you want, but you could add as many automations to your entire system as you wanted to. I mean, you would want to be very strategic about what it is that you're doing and how you're putting, why you're doing specific automations and segmentations. I'll cover some of that next week, Aroha, as far as like the kind of how-tos. It's more strategy, but today was more so like how to actually use the system, less about the strategy itself. Whereas that question that you just asked there is more of a strategic question that really requires you to think about your intentions and what it is that you're wanting to nurture all of your people to, because that will dictate how many automations you set up. Some businesses only have one, some might have 2 or 3, some might have loads. Okay, let me just check these questions. Notice that when you send the test, it shows, yes, that's correct. Okay, so Michael is replying to my question. I noticed that when you send it in test mode, it shows a blank name in brackets. That's correct. So when, and that's a great observation. So whenever you send a test to yourself, it will just say, hello, brackets, and have like name or username or something like that. We'll just have the CRM parameters in there when you send it for sure. And one of the things I would recommend you do too, because this is what I've done, is I've just set up a list with me and a couple of my team in it, and I always test. I don't just do it as a test, I actually send it as a proper email so I can see what it really would look like from a customer's point of view. But if you're going to do that, a little word of warning, tell them not to unsubscribe. You don't want them to send emails to your team and then for them to be unsubscribing, because it will you don't want that to work against you. So just be careful of that. All right, what do we got here? Yes, it is a generic field. That's correct, Michael. This is going to be great. All right, so what's he got here? This is going to be great, as I've never done this before, and it will, will require you to level up. Absolutely. Really cool. The great thing that I love about this, and when the team were putting all of this together, it was like, how do we create something that's really robust, but has all of the things that we need to make this work for even somebody who's really new at building websites or funnels? Because once you learn some really fundamental and basic things, which I'll take you guys through in the Youzability live sessions, you're going to look like you're a pro. So those of you that want to start building, create a business out of this and start building websites and funnels and things for customers, you absolutely can. And I'll show you guys how to to do that too, and you can actually turn this into a business operation for yourself. Or equally, you can start using it just for your own business and start helping you to sell more and have a much better presence online. All right, what have we got here? Well, that's me with funnels and email marketing. Awesome. Beautiful. All right, guys. So I hope today's session has been helpful. I would love to hear from you guys as to whether or not you're using the email marketing side of things. Go and have a look at the plan that you're on. So if you head on over to youzability.com, you have a look at the plans. It will tell you, what your availability is. And in fact, inside of your email marketing, mine will say I've got loads of everything. But if you go here, it will tell you, what's available to you. And if you need to increase your limits, you can kind of just click here and increase, or click on, I'm not sharing my screen. Oh yeah, I am sharing my screen. Okay, so you can click on the button that says upgrade. All right, so I'll just go back and show you that again. So click on here, increase limit, and it will tell you what you're on and how much it's going to, how much the cost is, etc. So there you go. There you have it. Email marketing and automation is here, which is super duper awesome. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys continue to build out inside of Youzability. Use your ability to your advantage. Every single week, I'm going to show up here and show you guys something new, show you, something cool that you can do with Youzability. And hopefully over the coming months, you're going to build some really robust systems and start being able to, potentially change your life, being able to use some of the systems that I share with you. So what does Aroha have to say here? She says, started using email and automations. It's awesome. Said goodbye to MailChimp. Thank you, Tracy, and Youzability. You're very welcome, and I'm glad that that you're giving it a go and it's working for you. That's fantastic. All right, guys, if you've got any other questions, there's a couple of things that you can do. I answer questions from the community. So if you're new to our community, or you're just starting out and you've got a few questions about how to build a website, what the heck is a funnel, how do I do X, Y, Z, go to our Facebook page, type them in there, and I'll be sure to answer them. I'll do a Q&A session at the end of Youzability Live, and I will actually answer questions from our community. So there is no reason for you to be, sitting stuck. You now have a lifeline. You can ask them, and I will answer them for you here live on Youzability Live. All right, guys, that being said, that is your walkthrough of email and automation marketing, and I will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, 1 p.m. on Wednesdays, Brisbane, Australia time. So see you guys soon. Bye for now.